I'm Mrs. Christensen, and I am the AP Macroeconomics teacher. I'm your student's economics teacher. And I just want to give you a quick background. My family, there's some pictures here of us. We went to Catalina over the summer, went hiking, so that's a picture of my three children who are all very big now. And my husband and I, there's another picture of my son and I next to a waterfall. We went hiking this summer. Another trip to Mexico we did down to here. You can see I'm in Machu Picchu. And we went as I took students there last summer. And then here's a picture of me in my classroom, which is where we'll probably all get to go at some point, but not quite yet. My background is I have a history teaching major and a Spanish teaching minor, and then I have a master's degree in English language learners. I've been teaching social studies for about 15 years now, with some Spanish sprinkled in along the way. And I'm really excited to be teaching AP Economics this year. I've been teaching regular economics I've taught for about 3 years. Okay, so anyways, this is my contact information right here. I'm available via email at mchristensen@heartdistrict.org. That's probably the best way to contact me if you want to reach out that way first. Then if we want to have a phone call or, talk over Zoom or something like that, then we can arrange that through email. Here is a link to my teacher platform, which is Google Classroom, and I'm going to come back to that in just a minute so I can kind of show you around Google Classroom itself. My course policies are attendance is going to be taken each day. If a student misses class, then they should go to Google Classroom, look for the work we did that day in class, and make it up. They can also email me if they have any specific questions. As far as online behavior goes, I expect the students to show respect to one another, which is kind of the overarching rule of the class. So we all respect one another. The same expectations as in the classroom on how to behave. And then you can use your raised hand emoji in Zoom. You can raise your actual hand in Zoom because I can see, when a student raises a hand, and I'll call on them because I'm actually looking at the students. I do expect that their video is on, their microphone does not need to be on, but then they need to unmute if they want to, converse or when it's time to participate. And or they can write a question down in the chat box if they have a question. All right, and I just want to make sure that we all look around and look at what's in our background when we're in our Zoom meetings and make sure that it's, class worthy, right? Okay, so the grading for AP Economics is going to look like this. Basically, tests, quizzes, and the final will add up to 50% of their grade. The classwork and homework is 45% of their grade, and then participation is 5% of their grade. And I will regularly enter grade into Infinite Campus, usually at least once a week. Okay, so the AP exam is going to be on May 10th, 2021 at 12 o'clock p.m. You can put it on your calendars now. The way the exam is broken up is there's 60 multiple choice questions, and they'll have 70 minutes to answer those 60 questions. We are already practicing timed multiple choice question tests. We already did a quiz last week, and we're doing a unit test as well, or we'll have it done by the time you're watching this video. There's also going to be 3 free response questions on the AP exam. One will be a long free response question, and the information in it is going to overlap into multiple units. And then there'll be 2 short free response questions. So they'll have 60 minutes total, 10 minutes to read, and then 50 minutes to do all the writing. And one thing that's really important in economics is that it's all about models and graphs, and so they're going to have to show their work. It's less about writing paragraphs and essays and more about showing their work, labeling everything correctly, showing how a curve might move inside of a model or a graph. The course itself is 6 semesters. It'll be 1 semester long. The first unit is basic economic concepts. We're already done with that unit. We're moving into Unit 2, which is Economic Indicators and the Business Cycle. Unit 3 is National Income and Price Determination. Unit 4 equals Financial Sector. Unit 5 is Long-Run Consequences of Stabilization Policy. And then Unit 6 is Open Economy, International Trade, and Finance. I added this in there, an interesting time to study economics. There's been so much shakeup of our economy over the last 6 months due to the pandemic that we're all experiencing. It's caused, supply shocks in the chain, shortages, it's caused unemployment. And so it's kind of a very interesting time to be learning about all this. And I want to make it alive for the students by including, current events along the way and looking at real live data to figure out, how the economy is doing and look at graphs. I found a couple headlines from some newspapers. These 4 economic signals suggest the COVID-19 recovery is losing steam as cases spike. And then another one I found, rising unemployment claims signals an economic reversal. And on this one, this is another one I found that I thought was quite interesting that I would be willing, want to share with the students and look at and analyze and apply the things they're learning in class to the real world. So this one I thought was interesting. Here are 5 charts that track how the U.S. economy is recovering from coronavirus. And so you can see like U.S. home purchases, which, are going way, way up there. You can see in there. And then the U.S. air travel, which is pretty flat right now. And you can see where it went from March to April. And then it's just kind of stayed flatlined throughout that whole time. I'm going to jump back now to our link here. And this is Google Classroom. So I want to open up Google Classroom and show you around a little bit. So basically here you can see this is the stream in classwork. You can see this is our platform and this is how they get all of their information besides via Zoom, right? Is all right here. And like you can see even right here, I just wanted to send a quick message out to the students that I'd posted a review guide. So I put it out in the stream here. The warm up, and that was one of the ways we started class the other day. You can see down here our classroom code for AP classrooms in there in case they need to get to it. Some practice for our first unit. And then right here are the Zoom links for the different classes because we meet on Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday for our AP economics classes. So they can find those links to get in right there. The other thing you can see in here is classwork. And so I put in some course resources. The Unit 1 course and exam description is all right here. So they can look at exactly what they need to know for Unit 1. And then for every unit as we get into it, I'm going to post that right here. AP macroeconomics at a glance, they can kind of just look at information about, macroeconomics. And that's kind of an overview of all the units that they need. Our netiquette is in here on how to behave while we're online. And then the syllabus is right here. I did a fun getting to know each other exercise, which was really helpful for me. I got to know your students a lot better when they sent in a video telling me about them, and I sent them one about me so that I could, get to know and have a connection with those students. Here is our Unit 1. You can kind of see that there's a lot in there, and I'm going to leave this there so in the spring when they need to review for this exam, it's all there and available. And so all those links will be there. They'll be able to stay in my class this whole time, in the Google Classroom. You can see the other units are here. They're ready to go, but they're not loaded yet because we haven't gotten that far yet. So all those units are in there. This is what they need. If there's something they need to do, for example, and this one it says homework, demand and supply. You can see there's a connection right there, and then they can view the assignment right there. It shows me how many have turned it in right there and who has not yet turned it in, right? Other ones, you can look through and you can kind of just see, okay, look, there's a bunch of different things here. So there's a lot of resources here as well for them to review in the spring. In the spring, I'm also going to have some review sessions for my current AP students I have next semester, and then your students, the ones I have this semester, so that they can get a review right before, the exam and be ready to go next May 10th, right? So if you do have any questions for me, you can contact me, via email, and we can get in touch as necessary. I've enjoyed meeting all your students so far, and I think this is going to be a great class. Thanks so much. Have a good one. Bye.